Hi and welcome to Amalgam Nation. This week I'm doing Dark Souls. Dark Souls is one of those games that it's everybody knows it, or at least knows of it. If you like fantasy based games, Dark Souls will be a game for you to play. It's got swords, it's got magic, it's got shields, it's got armor, it's got robes, it's got undead, it's got dragons. There's a lot this game has, and the ultimate thing that it has that will keep drawing you back is it will taunt you every time you die. When you die, it doesn't hold back on you. It takes everything you had, except for your. Well, it takes everything you've earned towards the next level, and it takes it from you. If you die on your way to get that back, it's gone. There's no going back. You then have to progress through gaining all of that experience again, and this time hope you don't die. You have to come up with tactics for different opponents. The weakest level character, well, NPCs in the game can kill you even when you're at a relatively high level, or even, I'm not sure at the highest levels because I've been told there is no limit to the levels. You can go as high as you want, as high as you can be bothered to get to, you can get there. It's all a case of just, can you put in the effort to get to level 200? If you can, go for it. It's frowned upon to do the PvP stuff if you're above level 80 from what I've read. And this is probably the only game where I've actually read about the game before I played it properly. I had bought the game already. I decided to do a bit of reading about it to find out what was going on. Why did I need to be online, and why did my offline character have, well, why was it that my offline character was not accessible when I was online if it was the same game? Like, just because my computer was connected to the internet, I was unable to have my offline character then. And I had my offline character because I sometimes like to play games offline. And my offline character was my main, and it was my most powerful. Then I got ganked in the game. Well, not ganked, but I got killed by a PvP player who invaded my game when I played online for the first time, and I became human, and they killed me straight off the bat. No hesitation. There's virtually no warning about when your game gets invaded, as they call it. That's when another player comes into the game to duel you, and you don't know where they are, and it locks up certain areas of the game. You can't progress out of an area if it's been invaded, and you have to either die or win. If you win, you gain what's called humanity, and if you lose, you die and you turn back into an undead. Now, if you play the game online and you don't restore your humanity or make yourself unhallowed, you don't have to worry about somebody invading your game. They can only invade the game of a human character. If you're in an undead form, you cannot be invaded. There's loads of different weapons, shields, armors, and I don't know all of them. In fact, I probably only even know 1% of the things that are in this game. But that's how massive the game is. If you can see something in that game from a distance, it's not like a skybox where you can see off into the distance and there's no way of getting there. If you can see a turret, you can probably get to it. If you can see a castle, it's probably there. There is some skyboxing done, but it's generally done in such a way as you progress towards it, you find out it's out of your reach. You can't try to get to it. There's no method to get to it. You'll get there, there'll be like a ravine there, or a deep river, or something that will make it impossible for you to pass this point, and that castle is just over there, just out of reach, or that hill, or that whatever it is you decided to make your way towards. If you can see it most of the time, you can get to it. Now, there's tactics that you can use. The best thing to do, in my opinion, at a low level is sword and shield, or weapon and shield, because you'll need that shield to block ranged attacks, and it actually works unlike other games where they give you sword and shield and ranged, and the shield just automatically protects you from certain amount of damage. Your shield will actually block damage, and when you raise the shield, if you get hit, it's not going to cause any health damage to you unless you're being hit by something extremely powerful. It's just going to cause some of your stamina to drain, and you will hear the clink of the arrows hitting off of it, or you will hear the clink of the sword hitting it, and you can even hit people with your shield. It does nothing whatsoever from what I've seen. It just swings your shield out and pushes them back a little bit. That's about all it is. To push your way through hordes of little minions, in my opinion. But I may be wrong about that. The thing I love about this game is how difficult it is. The fact that you actually feel like you're fighting for your life. Now remember, play the game and game to play.